just to open it up, I know everyone saw the news, heard the news about Verrett, but it's just unfortunate, devastating injury for him and for us. We all feel for JV. We know the work that he's put in to come back, and we're all saddened by what happened to him. JV is an unbelievable person, unbelievable leader. He's been for us. He's been tremendous, like leading these young guys and giving us everything he's had. So it's just an unfortunate thing, but we're praying for JV that he's able to, bounce back and recover. He's been through it before. We know he will. Strong man. So we're all our thoughts are with him at this time because we know how difficult it is, for him, and we know how much work he put in, how much, how dedicated he was to coming back and helping his team. So it's definitely hurt for us. But the guys are with him and the guys around him to pick up the slack and be ready to roll.
How did he get hurt?
Just non-contact. Yeah.
Non-contact. How close was he to probably playing on Sunday? Were you expecting him to debut?
We're still working through it to see where he would be by the end of the week. So just as he's been in the past, just been giving him time to just work back into it.
He has such a big presence in the locker room. What's the mood like? What was the mood like at practice day?
Yeah, as you guys would expect, it's a somber mood because all those guys seeing him working on the side, seeing him being back out there and the energy that he brought to the team, just him being back out there working, everybody seeing him work, it was definitely uplifting for the entire team to see him. So when you see him go down, it's just a somber mood for everyone, coaches, players, everyone, our support staff, everyone just feels for him.
What does it do to the cornerback room just mentally because you've suffered a number of big injuries this season in that room?
Yeah, and the thing with injuries are, they are tough, but it happens to everyone in this league. So for that room, guys just understand the position they're in. It doesn't change. You're always competing to be your best. You're always competing with yourself, and guys just have to continue to do that. Guys don't have to do anything different. They have to just continue to hone their skills, work their techniques, and be the best give us the best that they can give us.
In the cornerback room, you talk about how Jason is kind of a pseudo coach in there. Who are some of the young guys he's especially given tips to and encouragement?
Yeah, just watching him throughout the years, just the way he worked with E-Man, throughout his time here, you see the development of E-Man and all the younger guys just pouring into him, whether it's safeties, him talking to Jimmy, talking to Huff, it's just all the guys, not any one guy in particular, but just all those guys. When he talks, all the guys listen.
The last time he went through this, that he almost retired. Was he close to doing that again after week one last year?
I'm not sure. I can't answer that for you. That would be a question for him.
You had Warren Burks step in last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Honda played every single snap after being on special teams, and I assume that if Drake Greenlaw's back and if Al Shire's back, he'll go back to special teams. But how big is that for him to be able to do that and produce in case he's needed down the road?
Yeah, that's that's where guys, you get your opportunity in this league. You never know when it's going to come. So are you ready, right? You don't know until you're thrust into that moment, into that position. And Orrin, he stepped in and he did a good job for us, played the entire game, made some big plays for us. And he stepped up and did what he was supposed to do for the team. And whatever his role is, the great part about Orrin, he's a smart guy who's always ready to step in and help out at either one of those linebacker positions. So proud of the way he stepped in for us and, made some big-time plays for us.
What up, Deshaun Gibson, since he got here, exceeded your expectations?
Watching Gip, you always seen that he's been a starter in this league. He's been a top player in this league. So he didn't exceed my expectations, but he's been everything we could have hoped for. To get a guy that late and just the ease of just transition, him coming into our scheme. Very smart guy, picked up on it very well, and not only just smart, but a good player, right? He's made a lot of plays for us, coming out of the post, making some really nice tackles for us, and he's been a calming force in that back end for us. And so I'm proud of Gip and happy that we were able to get him when we got him, because normally you don't find good players during that time.
Or guesses why he was unemployed in mid-August?
No, not sure why, but I'm happy he was. He's employed now. That's all that matters.
What kind of progress has Drake Jackson made, and what's his state of readiness if Sampson can't go for a bigger role?
Yeah, Drake has been progressing each week. I've seen Drake be better and better each week. So Drake has to just continue to do what he's been doing, man. I'm happy with where he's headed. He's been doing some really good things for us, and I think he'll continue to get better with the more reps that he's given. He'll continue to get better and make plays for us. So happy with where he is.
DeMeco, can you just speak to the Chargers front line? They've surrendered the least amount of sacks in the NFL so far.
Yeah, the Chargers with them surrendering the least amount of sacks, I think it's in part because of the quarterback play. Right, Herbert is a very, very talented quarterback. He does a good job of getting the ball out very quickly, going through his progressions, and the accuracy is really good. This guy is one of the top quarterbacks in his league. You talk about the movement skills in the pocket and being able to make any throw on the field. I think that's part of the reason why those guys don't have to block for long, because he's making smart decisions with the football.
I don't know how far you go back when you're watching film of the opposing team, but he had a pretty severe rib injury that he played through, and I think the feeling down there is that he's just about back to being normal again. Can you see that? Or did you see that he was impaired a little bit on older film?
Oh, for sure. You can see, that rib injury, if anybody's going through it, it's tough, and you definitely don't want to take more hits. So you see his game change a little bit. You see him getting the ball down to the checkdowns a lot more, getting the ball out even faster. But you see him this last week started to move around. He can still move in the pocket, athletic guy, big guy. He can move around and make plays on the move. So he's a very dangerous guy, and we have to be on our toes, have to be ready for him.
Eckler is such a dangerous player as both a big play threat, but also has that check down option too for Herbert.
Yeah, I think Austin, he's a guy, you watch their offense, he's a guy that's watching it. He's a guy that is trustworthy, right? Seems like a guy they can count on, whether it's running the ball, catching the ball in the checkdowns and gaining positive yards, right? He gets a lot of catches because it seems like the quarterback can trust him. And he does good things with the ball in his hand. So all around tough player, whether it's blocking, running the ball, catching the checkdowns or screens. All right, really respect Austin and what he's done for himself in his league. He's a really, really good player.
The only running back who's had any receiving success is Christian McCaffrey against you guys. How can he help you guys as far as inside the building, kind of how to slow down one of those versatile kind of quarterbacks?
Well, I think every guy's his own guy. So I don't put, Austin in that category with Christian. We had our, happy he's on our side now. We don't have to deal with him anymore. But, Austin poses a different set of problems. Both good players.
How are Aziz and Dre progressing back, and how much can they help stop Austin?
Yeah, we would love to have those guys back, right? When you were able to get two of our top players back in the middle of our defense, it's just so many things that they can stop, right? With their speed, their athleticism, their physicality that they bring to our defense, right? They are our defense. They symbol everything I ask for in our defense, whether we talk about speed, physicality, like those two guys show up and make plays for us all over the field. So hoping we can get those guys back because they can help passing game, run game. They play sideline to sideline. So Aziz and Dre are really two good players that we love to have back.
That's good.
All right. Thank you.